I never planned to buy my brother's company, but Marcus never planned to stop sneering at my tiny shop. Life keeps receipts. The Whitaker Christmas party glittered, crystal chiming, fire snapping, cousins tallying triumphs. I stood in a corner, water in a flute, watching Marcus hold court. "The merger's all but done," he announced, rolling his cuff to flash a watch. "Once Arcturus Systems absorbs our division, I'll run the West Coast." Mother shone as she had for varsity goals, Ivy letters, bonuses. Everything Marcus touched, our family decided, turned to gold. "What about you, Alexandra?" Aunt Celia asked, concern sugared with judgment. "Still running that little business?" "Still consulting," I said, thinking about tomorrow's meeting. Marcus laughed. "Still running that tiny shop, you mean? What is it now, 5 employees?" "6, I said. "And let the correction die. Let them picture Northbridge Capital as a strip mall office handling payrolls for bakeries. The truth cost more than room." "You know, Lex," Marcus said, swirling his mallow, "I could put in a word at Arcturus, get you a real job, something stable." Father nodded, stamping a form. "I'm fine where I am," I said. "Sure you are." He raised voice. "Did I mention the CEO's dropping by tonight? Gordon Hale himself. He's practically family now." The party swelled around his grin. He outlined post-merger plans, how he'd restructure, modernize, fix everything. Hale, he said, was competent but cautious. I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. At 8:30, the doorbell rang. Marcus straightened his tie. The foyer filled with cold air and authority as Gordon Hale stepped inside. He looked past Marcus, scanned faces until his eyes found mine. He crossed the room as if on rails. "Miss Whitaker," Gordon Hale said, taking my hand. "Thank you for making this transition so clean." Silence rippled. Marcus blinked. "Sir, you know my sister?" Hale's brows lifted. "Of course. Alexandra leads Northbridge Capital. They're not merging into us, we're merging into them. As of yesterday, Northbridge holds controlling interest in Arcturus." He glanced at me. She preferred to wait until after dessert. Crystal hit carpet. Mother gripped a chair. Father forgot to smile. "That's impossible," Marcus whispered. "She files sales tax for florists." "Not lately," I said, setting down my flute. "Northbridge is a private equity firm. We build companies, Arcturus included." Aunt Celia looked like she'd swallowed a battery. Hale cleared his throat. "Miss Whitaker's structure is elegant. Board approvals lined like dominoes." "Gordon," I said, "give us a minute?" He nodded and drifted away. I faced Marcus. "Office, now." We walked down the hall through poinsettias and whispers. He slammed the door. The mask slipped. "How long have you been plotting this? Revenge?" "Not everything is about you," I said, taking his chair. "We've studied Arcturus for years. Your employment was a coincidence." He barked a laugh. I opened a slim folder. Performance reviews, risk flags, procurement shortcuts, the auditors you influenced. That's normal politics. It's sloppy. Under Northbridge it stops. I slid 2 documents across the desk. Option 1, transfer to Cleveland. Lateral move, same pay, no promotion. Option 2, resign with 3-month severance. Decide by New Year's. He stared at the pages, color draining. "You wouldn't." "I already have," I stood. "Come back when you're ready to talk like an adult." The party murmured as I opened the door. People stared as I returned, curiosity dressed as concern. Mother approached, arms tilted for an embrace, asking forgiveness. "Why didn't you tell us, darling?" "Because you weren't listening," I said. "You liked the story where Marcus saves me." Father cleared his throat. "We wanted what was best. You wanted what photographed well." I softened my voice. "It's fine. I learned to stop auditioning." Gordon Hale rejoined us. "Alexandra, I'll see you at 9?" he asked. 9, I said. And he took the hint to leave. By the tree, Marcus lingered at the bar, staring at the 2 pieces of paper he hadn't returned. When our eyes met, his chin lifted, pride scrambling for purchase. Then he looked away. For the first time, my silence felt like power rather than exile. I gathered my coat, offered holiday wishes that landed awkwardly, and stepped into air that smelled of pine and frost. The night sounded clean. Snow began, quiet as paper falling on stone. 3 months later, the Cleveland transfer went through. Marcus texts sometimes, terse weather reports shaped like apologies. I send back a thumbs up and keep the ledger closed. Mother now brags about my firm as if she always knew. Father asks careful questions. This morning's board vote took 7 minutes. Whitaker Precision, Father's pride and heirloom, accepted our offer. The story did not. I emailed the transition memo and set my phone down. I stopped by the office, left an envelope with reception. Inside, from the desk of your tiny shop owner. I walked back into the sun, thinking of the girl at the party holding water in a champagne flute, measuring herself against a room. She's gone. I don't need their mirrors anymore. I bring my own light.